Eagle 317 RL OK just landed here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, and this thing is an absolute beast. I love that we've got an outside kitchen and a non-bunkhouse rear living room couples coach. That seems to be a hard thing to find nowadays, and this is that one exception to the rule that's out there, you know. Yet it's still got everything that makes an Eagle one of the very best-selling things in its class out here. Like, it's got a huge pass-through storage compartment, LED lit, double insulated, because we've got an enclosed forced air heated insulated floor deck below. With actual like thermal foil double-sided insulation above. So you've got a heat layer here, a thermal barrier here. Now you've got an enclosed heat pocket. Now we've got a fully insulated bedroom and bathroom deck above that. So you've got like 3 different layers of insulation protecting you before the outside temperatures get to your interior areas and your upper deck, which is really slick. Now this also has very well insulated slides and roofing. It's got its climate shield packages on here, to put it shortly, is 0 to 100 degree rated. So those big fancy pants, it feels like it's Big Brother Pinnacle back here. This carries the same cold camping insulation package and rating, except it just has a fraction of the price tag. Now it weighs 10.8 and some change, so probably don't want to be on a half ton on this thing. So there's going to be some guys that are going to tell you that. I ain't one of them. I'm going to tell you, you need to get a good 3/4 ton at least under this thing. If towing is a concern, we do hitching pieces, parts, we do vehicles for package deals. We do just about everything here. We've got this outfitted with one-touch automatic leveling. You've got room for 4 batteries up front, which is a best-in-class feature. The enclosed docking center here is one of the ways that they're able to achieve that colder camp rating, or hotter even, because it's protected. But you've got enclosed, protected, heated, insulated gate valves and everything back here. So that's a very nice touch. The Moride CRE 3000 suspension system on this, that's CRE means compression, rubber, equalization. In English, this has a rubber shock dampening suspension system that soak up a lot of shocks and jolts, there we go, going down the road. And that keeps this thing from getting vibrated apart, basically, because these things are rolling earthquakes with hurricane force winds outside. Literally. I'm not just like throwing that moniker out there. That's not sales jargon. That's literal technical data. The fact that it soaks that stuff up at the ground level is huge. Now we've got a rear bumper receiver hitch here, and that's good for like bike racks and things. The Eagle, as opposed to its little brother Eagle HT, Eagles are getting longer, so you don't necessarily want to try doing triples towing behind it. The Eagle HT is the one that actually has a full towing rated hitch, which sounds backwards, but because the floor plans are shorter, you have the actual length to do that. Now, little detail stuff separates brands X, Y from Z. Like the fact that this has 100% LED exterior lights and interior lights is awesome. The fact that not just your sidewalls, but your slide walls. The fact that the rear wall is fully vacuum laminated, insulated. These are full 2-inch sidewalls, not 1.5-inch ultralight walls. They're thicker, stronger structurally. Also better insulative qualities in that respect. So it's just made for that extra use and abuse. We've got a full 5/8 tongue groove plywood floor deck, 3/8 tongue groove plywood roof deck. There's a lot of brands that have 3/8 roof decking, which is fine. This is plywood. It's better. It's stronger. It's made to deal with more weight, more stress long term. It's just a better product that's going to hold up longer over time. If at any point, by the way, you're curious to know what this thing runs, I leave a link for you right down here. Click for price and availability. That'll whisk you away to our site where it'll show you similar things, including this one if we have it in stock, showing you what we have, how it's equipped, and what it's running with that set of equipment, because pricing can obviously vary with options present. And this is that little thing I was telling you about. We've got a nice little outside kitchenette here. And something that I really like is the way at Eagle HT, they have found a way to lower all of these appliances down to actual like chest or belly level for people. A lot of these things, your outside cooktop will be like this tall, and to try to wash your hands or something, and some of the ones that have sinks, you feel like you have to be a diver. You have to like dive into it. You don't have that here. The other thing is, if you listen, that's aluminum. That's not wood. It's not going to sponge and swell. Humidity is not going to wreck it. You're not going to run into that out here. We've got all kinds of cool different light setups here. Now we've got normal overhead LED lights, and then we have this little blue light right here. That's a little night light. It won't be bright enough to attract like gnats and moths and things, but it'll be just bright enough for you to be able to get over here, see inside of Dad's medicine cabinet, get a drink, and hop out. Now you can see we're all set up for a TV here, but with these appliance outlets, you could easily have toasters or blenders or anything you wanted out here. It's absolutely awesome. Now, a hard best-in-class feature is the double-length warranty. This has 2-year bumper to hitch, which is basically double the industry standard. Other smart details that go with that, there's a bunch of stuff even right here to look at. Like the anti-slip aluminum entry steps like a boat dock so your feet don't slip when they get wet, which when you get out in the morning and the grass is all moist and dewy, your shoes get slippery, guys. Those steel steps can get slick. Not going to happen here. Also, the speakers are mounted low, and they're mounted down near where your picnic table is going to be. By the way, 2 power awnings, both of which have full-length LED patio lighting at the base of the awning, so you can leave the awnings in at night, click that lighting on, and have a nice brightly lit patio. Other little detail things I like to talk about is the fact that this has a wider 30-inch entry door, so you can just walk right in here. You know, you don't have to try to do the sideways shuffle to get inside this thing, even for a big, broad-shouldered fella like myself. Now you walk in, and Eagles are awesome for this. Poof! All the lights just kick on this big flood. Now I've got a couple extra accent lights above different seating areas, but all your main cabin lights are in one centralized, easy access location. So, this is called the Peppercorn Decor, or as I call it, Browner, because there's brown, and browner in the RV business. This is Browner. If you like everything in this except the fabric decors, keep in mind, guys, again, this video is not necessarily the one we have in stock. It's a one that we have had in stock. Let's get started. Let's start from the top so I don't miss anything. Whisper Quiet AC system, standard 15,000 BTU here. We often, in our full-blown Eagles, will add a second centralized AC unit to the bedroom, and looking, I see that we have done that here. So Whisper Quiet in the living room is going to keep the volume way down in here. It's going to keep it manageable. You're not going to have to crank the TV up and shout at people. And the double helix, pardon me, not double helix, that's DNA. The Helix AC duct system they're using in this is actually more efficient than non-Whisper Quiet ducted air units. That's an upgrade for this year that's really cool. In this class, you don't always get walk-in slide heights. Now, it's close, but I'm 6'3" with shoes on, and I can walk in that standing in the slide out. It counts. Right here, we have a gorgeous wall-hugging theater recliner that sets directly opposed to your entertainment center. So this is Boardwalk, and that's Park Place, or Park Place and Boardwalk, depending on how you feel about it. And it's just the perfect place to sit down. And notice they're wall huggers. I kicked that one out to show you. You don't have to pull the furniture forward to get it open. That is not true in every single brand. We've got a big tri-fold memory foam 3-section hide-to-bed rear wall sofa here. Now, as opposed to rear recliners, why I'm a big fan of the rear sofa is if they built recliners here, designers will try to cheat the RV back and shorten it up a little bit because they say, well, you can turn the recliners to close the slides. They can't do that here. They have to build the slide outs in front of that sofa, so it gives you a little more living space, and frankly, it's one less thing to have to wrestle. You don't have to like grab it and heave the chair around. You just open the slide and you're done. Both sides of the sofa, by the way, have little stands, and if you look real close, they do have power outlets on there so that you can run. If you have adults sleeping back here, because this can comfortably sleep to adults, they can have their own CPAP machines or like iPad chargers or whatever back here. Ceiling fan's going to give you some extra airflow on those days where you're stuck inside for a while. Even if you just want to open the windows, it's great. Now, remember, on the back side of this is an outside kitchen. So on the front side, they use that space very intelligently. And I love all this smooth radius work they've done here. I'm a big Eagle fan. Pound for pound, I really believe it's the best fifth wheel Jayco's ever made. And they make some sharp stuff. Pound for pound, feature for feature, dollar for dollar, my opinion is the Eagle is one of the very best fifth wheels on the planet. Period. There's some sharp stuff. This is incredible. Your TV, you see, is on this big, super heavy-duty swing arm bracket. So, if you want to turn it and like sit back here and just watch it on the sofa, or if you've got guests on the hide-a-bed at night, they can. Obviously, you can turn it to face the hide-a-bed, or if you're sitting in the kitchen during the day, you can keep an eye on it from the kitchen while you're standing up and preparing all sorts of fun stuff. Now, over here in the slide-out, you've got what is going to be mostly a couple's dinette, because this is a couple's coach, but every now and then you have guests. So they put a little extension leaf on it. You can kind of see it sticking out there. And they include a pair of these hideaway decor matching chairs. You can hide those under the bed, in the closet, in the underbelly if you want to. They'll fold down their height. Their seat height will be the same as that. And you can extend that table to have a true 4-person dining scenario. But most of the time you're going to probably just have the 2. We've got solid surface true Corian counters here, by the way. Whereas a lot of brands in this size and for this price, you're still going to get T-molded Formica countertops. That stuff's okay. This is just nicer. You're really on some... There's some very sharp luxury level features here that actually are way above and beyond in the class, like residential soft close drawers. That's not something you typically get at this size and price point. And even this drawer under the stove has that. And I like how they left this open, because otherwise this floor plan would feel boxy. They did a nice job of still making it feel very open and accessible. And this island, by the way, is nothing but storage. And there's even a giant wastebasket under there. Like I said, very easy to get to everything. Speaking of storage, this is an upgrade they made from last year in the non-bunkhouse campers. Last year, it had like a little boot bench here and like this little cutaway alcove. It was cute, but it didn't really do much. So they said, you know what? Let's make it just extra huge cabinet space. So they added all this storage space here over last year's models. Now what's really cool is if you want, you can fold this shelf out of the way and lock it in place and have a big, huge coat closet right when you walk in the door. So you don't really lose anything from last year. You're only gaining a ton of storage. And it's not like it really cost them a lot to do. By the way, all really well constructed cabinetry in here. And I don't know if you saw, but that light kicked on automatically. This has a motion sensitive activator here for, an easy access pantry. I like how wide it is. You can stand broad shouldered with this thing and reach in and grab something. You don't have to go elbow deep, up to your armpit to try to grab stuff. And all this cabinetry is adjustable. You can make it whatever size you need each shelf to be. Moving upstairs, the fun just doesn't stop. They've done an amazing job. Like, I like that they don't have hardwood, slippery, gonna, fall and break your hip steps. They use normal flooring with anti-slip strips on the end so that you don't slip and fall. And they build a grab handle in right at the factory level. Moving upstairs here, we've got, this is neat. You've got a little true pocket door with its own little self-locking mechanism handle right here. It's very cool. Big linen cabinet over here on this side, so you can keep lots of towels and everything right on hand in the bathroom. You don't have to do a naked streak through the RV to get to it. This is basically, guys, the exact same bathroom that they have in like the Jayco Pinnacle Luxury fifth wheels. It's the exact same layout. Now, they might be using a couple different fixtures, but it's shaped exactly the same. Big sink in this too, which is nice. But they're doing a couple things in here they're not even doing at the Pinnacle level. Like, you've got normal overhead LED lighting, but you've also got a backlit morning mirror. So when you wake up, if you're like me, if I flip on a whole light, I'm just, the light is not my friend. But this little indirect thing right here, it's perfect. It's perfect. I don't feel blinded by it. It's absolutely awesome that way. I really like it. Now, up here, they also have this little blue light. And just like in the outside kitchen, during the day, terribly unimpressive. Terribly unimpressive during the day, but it's not made for daytime use. It's made for nighttime use because it's a reflective indirect light. So when that blue LED hits this white shower at night, the whole thing's going to glow just enough to be able to get in here, navigate, use the bathroom, and not have to turn on the light and blind yourself and have to look at that ugly face in the mirror that I already showed you. My ugly face. Although if you look in the mirror and you see my ugly face, I don't know. That's going to be like something out of a horror movie, man. That's going to be crazy. Anyway, moving on. We've got a full true-length queen bed in here, a true 80-inch queen bed. And this is a Simmons Beauty Sleep mattress. Best in class, one of the highest grades beddings I've ever seen in a towable RV. It's fantastic. And I love the fact that they left side stands in here, so you actually have room to set a CPAP machine right up by your head, and you do see power outlets here. Now, you could probably sacrifice those side stands to throw a king bed in here, and opinions will vary. I don't know that I would. I like the extra walk-around space. I mean, there's easy space to walk around both sides of this bed. You can see I don't have to do the travel trailer shuffle. You can walk every day all through this thing, and you can walk everywhere in this bedroom because it's a full walk-in height. We have added that second centralized AC I mentioned to you. You got a bedroom TV, you've got a living room TV. They're both Furrions. All the electronics in this are going to be Furrion. It's very highly tested, rugged stuff. It's made for RV use. It's made to bounce and wiggle and get jounced down the road without failure. Huge dresser. A lot of brands will stop their dresser at just 2 drawers, and they made this like 2.5 times bigger than a lot of the other ones, with a perfect little phone charging station right here. So you can always have your phone charging right in bed. You can wake up, hit the day, and not have to worry about taking time to charge your phone. So we've got a huge closet section in the middle, extra dresser stands on the side. This is either additional huge dresser space or washer dryer space. It's whatever you need it to be. And that's the funny thing with these Eagles. Again, if you start comparing these against a lot of the luxury fifth wheels on the market, the question is not what do they have that's the same. It's, I can't believe they don't have more differences. This is so highly appointed. I'll be the first to tell you, Eagle's not necessarily the least expensive thing in its class, but amazingly, it's not the most expensive. And yet, pound for pound, feature for feature, this is one of the most dynamite-packed RVs I've ever seen. And keep in mind, we're going to sell over 1,300. I've seen probably close to 10,000 RVs in my career, easy. I mean, easy. And just every year, these continue to amaze me more and more. So, give us a call, learn a little bit more still, 800-256-5196. Whether it's hitching, pieces, parts, financing, or anything in between, we only do everything at Haylett RV. So, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.